hurt him. And now going off the fact that he's impervious to basically all damage, we're going to have to go with one of my other favorite creators, Centroverse, his Godzilla, Ninja's first Godzilla. His burning form, I heard, is probably actually more powerful than base GxI Godzilla. And it's very hard because the GxI Godzilla has the infinite spiral heat ray in phase 1, but technically not the complete one, and his red spiral ray clones, which you have the red spiral ray, and then the burning spark or Kaiser red spiral ray in part, in Godzilla X Imposter Part 5 Saga 3 out of 4. But it's just that, however long, it's just that the GxI Godzilla's force field, since it's reflecting everything, anyone who beams him will just get their beam knocked back at him if he has the need to reflect it, even though he can just tank it anyway. And back to his scaling, he basically able to do all this stuff. The Omniversal God is increasingly empowering himself by continuously absorbing power from the Omniverse, from the Hyperverse, which is actually just part of the Omniversal God, since everything's an extension of him. All of existence that goes Omniversal and beyond is just part of him. And he's just absorbing it and making it more powerful. And remember, this is his avatar. His avatar, physical avatar compared to his true form, there is no comparison. His true form would instantly smite this thing without any difficulty. His true form, who lives in the void, who can come into the physical realm but just chooses not to, and has his avatar who he can control to do it. But Godzilla in base form, able to match the Omniversal God's avatar, which the avatar alone, who was created, who the Omniversal God created, and then after creating the avatar, the Omniversal God decided to create the creator after creating all of his creations to control everything and have heaven and control who gets into that or who goes to hell, basically, and to watch over and clean up any of the messes of his creations. So, yeah. Also, the Omniversal God tried to do something really nasty to GxI Godzilla. As you saw, he gets sucked into like some vortex, which he's able to do. What he's basically doing is trying to erase Godzilla X Imposter from the plot. Yeah, you heard me. He's trying to erase him from the plot. It's kind of stupid. It doesn't like specifically say that when he does it, and he will do this again later in the series. Like, I will explicitly say it or have it written down on paper that he's doing it. That he's just trying to be like, let me write this down. Since I'm all powerful, let me erase him from the plot. Yeah, he's constantly at a constant pace or a constant time. He's erasing him from infinite timelines, all of any version of him, and from the plot. Which he does not complete, unfortunately for him. Because he just gets out there even more pissed. And even more powerful. So basically, the more damage you do to him, he will get more powerful. And he can basically box with anyone. And I'm just going to say his base form scales above the Omniversal God's physical avatar by at least 100,000 times at lowest. And 75 million times at highest, if I'm going to be generous, but would probably be at 50 million at highest if you're going to scale him above. And that's his base form when he's not powering himself up with his extension of base form power ups like the infinite spiral heat ray phases. But it's like once he gets to his red spiral ray forms, the base red spiral ray, which is okay, red spiral ray is a different form, not his base form. But once he gets to the base version of his red spiral ray, then the Kaiser spark red spiral ray, then that's when things will get different. Because currently, him versus the true form of the Omniversal God is interesting. The Omniversal God's true form, which I'm just going to give a small ability thing, he might negate all of Godzilla X Imposter's attacks, but he won't kill him. He can't basically kill him right now. Not possible. That's all I'm going to say. So, Godzilla X Imposter Godzilla, in base form, scales above everyone in his verse, and could easily one-shot all of existence, just leaving, obviously, the true form of the Omniverse God. Yeah, he could one-shot all of his verse's existence, in base form, without even trying. I would even say that Part 4, or at earliest Part 3 version of GxI Godzilla Evolved, could do this if we generously scale him up to his highest. And when you get to the Part 4 and Part 5, they could easily do it too. I will add more in-depth scaling later, but right now, this is all I'm going to say about him, and goodbye. The mask creates stuff, and hits him. And it's not even Hellgodzilla or Voidzilla's beam that does anything. It was just probably annoying him. It splits him through the middle, instantly. Killing him. And remember, the creator is scaled slightly higher than both Hell and Voidzilla. GxI Hellgodzilla. This is insane. Excuse me. Again, when the creator is brought back to life from the Omniversal God, it goes down to Imposter and the other crew of either random Godzilla X Imposter knockoffs or just our secondary crew of Void, Blockzilla, Blockzilla Jr., Block Dest, Godzilla vs. Monkey Godzilla, Dio Gojira, Monkey. Almost got me saying triangle. And go Blockzilla Jr. or Blockzilla. And remember, Blockzilla, which I posted earlier, is physically stronger than Voidzilla in Part 4, 1 out of 2. And he's already high on Omniversal in base form. And this guy, again, scales lower than the creator, which is insane, and Hellgodzilla. The creator would beat him low to mid dip, while the creator would beat, while GxI Godzilla would just instantly eviscerate this guy. There's no saying that this guy's close. And when these guys all fired their beam at the creator, it did nothing. Absolutely nothing. This guy scales closer to Voidzilla than almost everyone who's up there. The Imposter does scale close to Blockzilla. They are pretty much even in power, but Blockzilla and other guys' beams weren't able to do anything. And Mechagodzilla, who's probably a heated topic, because he was able to easily beat Voidzilla really fast. But he scales at his strength and attacks itself. Kind of like how Centroverse has his character, Kong, who is basically very powerful but not as durable. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong. Mechagodzilla can output an insane amount of power with all his lasers, futuristic weapons.